Okay, so sometimes it's easier to start off a word problem by putting it in words. I mean, it's a word problem, it's already in words, but putting like a mini equation in words. There's my first words equation. If you take the number of boys and divide by the number of girls, that's a ratio, because it's using division with these two quantities. The boys divide by the girls, that equals 3 to 2, 3 over 2. And then we can use this other one. 2 girls are added, girls, and then make up half the class. Okay, so there's my second equation. You take the number of girls, you add 2 to it, and you've got half the class. So I took the class total and divided it by 2 to get half of it. How about a third equation? Maybe we won't use all these, but boys plus girls, that equals the whole class. Okay, so if you have trouble with word problems, this is a good exercise to start every problem with, because maybe you won't use all 3 of these equations, but they're all facts that we can all agree on. The ratio of the boys to the girls, boys divided by girls, is 3/2. If you take the number of girls and you add 2 to it, you've got half the class, and the number of boys plus the girls equals the whole class. So let's do some rearranging here. I'm starting to look at these two here. I know I could. Well, the big problem here is that you got a lot of unknown variables. Girls, class, 2 unknowns, 1 equation, so you can't solve. Girls, boys, class, 3 things we don't know, 1 equation, can't solve. So somehow we're going to make some substitution. Plug this into this, and then this into the other one. Going to have to do some replacement. So this one here, it says that boys plus girls equals class. I'm going to take this fact that the class is the boys plus the girls and plug it in here. Okay, and that's just a quick little thing. If class is the boys plus the girls, then the class is the boys plus the girls. Okay, and so using that, we still have two unknowns, number of girls, the number of boys. But over here, we can rewrite boys in terms of facts about girls. And the big reason I'm looking at trying to rewrite this equation is because if I can plug in something here for boys like I did for the word class, if I can plug something in here and it only talks about girls, then I'll just have girls, girls, girls. Everything will be just one variable, and then we can solve. So let's get the word boys by itself over here. If girls is what we want to undo to get boys by itself, and if girls is dividing are dividing the boys, we're going to multiply. We're going to do the opposite operation. We're going to multiply both sides by girls. Okay, and girls times something over girls, that's undoing the operation because it's opposite of division. So we're left with boys over here. And then I'm going to 3/2, that's 1.5 in your calculator, if that makes things easier. We multiply both sides by girls, so we got 1.5 girls on that side. Okay, so that's perfect because now we can rewrite this equation where we replace boys with what we just found out that boys are 1.5 times girls. Okay, now we got an equation to solve. If it's easier on your eyes, replace girls with x on your paper, okay? We'll just remember that x is girls. So over here on the left, there's nothing we can simplify because those aren't like terms, but 1.5x plus 1x gives us 2.5x on the top there. And so we can divide those plain old numbers. Now we can say that that's 1.25x on this side, because that's what 2.5 divided by 2 is. And then our whole goal is to get x by itself, so we can find out how many girls there are. So we're going to subtract 1x from both sides. So you get 2 equals 0.25x. And then naturally, you got to divide both sides by 0.25 to get x is... Oh, that's not smart. X is 4, okay? 2 divided by 0.25 in a calculator, that's 4. Nope, wait. Wow, I was wrong both ways. That's 8. 2 divided by 0.25 is 8. So we got it. Number of girls is 8. And then you could check that to be sure because you could plug that back in into the equations and unravel them. Probably going to get this one with the numbers being this low with guess and check, but if you have the ratio is more complicated, you'd be able to follow the same system and come to the right answer. So this strategy is definitely useful if it isn't in the realm of guess and check.